Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of This is Sriracha Rooster Sauce. I love this stuff. It's good. I actually like it better than a lot of Mexican hot sauces. The other day I made something, and it wasn't spicy to me at all, but it was very spicy to my wife. To me it was bland, so I added this to mine. And she was saying, "Ooh, Seamus, this is just, a little hotter. I couldn't eat it." And I was like, "Oh gosh, I cannot get the seasonings down so it's comfortable for her. I mean, if it was bland for me, but it was hot for her." Anyway, what I wanted to say in this video was, we are now actively looking for another place to live. It has nothing to do with our landlord. In my opinion, our landlord is one of the two best landlords I've ever had. And that's saying a lot. The landlord I would compare him to would be Mrs. McDougal, and the guy who owned the apartment complex that Mrs. McDougal managed. But when he sold the complex and new management came in, the place just went downhill. I lived there for 6 years. Anyway, I don't know if it even has the same name anymore, but they used to, when Mrs. McDougal ran it, it was a great place to live. But anyway, I won't go into all that. But it's nothing against our landlord. It's just that we need more space. I mean, we just need more space. One of the main reasons we wanted this apartment was because it is nice. It's a nice apartment. And we were living in a homeless shelter, and we wanted out. We wanted our own place to live. Now, we can't move anytime soon because we don't have the money. We still have some expenses, like my eyeglasses and then my wife's eyeglasses. And we owe the bank some money. Once we get this stuff settled, then we'll be okay, and we can start putting money aside for moving. Now, there is an apartment over here on School Street that's available. I don't know how big it is. And a friend of ours said, consider Winchester. So we're going to consider Winchester. The thing is, we just don't have the money to move right now. And I don't know what the lease policy is with Keene Housing Authority. If we have to wait till the lease is up or what. But I think the landlord, and yes, I would recommend him to people. Highly recommend him. But we need more room. It would really be nice to have a 2-bedroom apartment. That way we could have a bedroom for a bedroom, and then we have another room either for guests, for our library, stuff like that, for our arts and crafts. Another thing I'd really like to get is a large easel, and then I can go get some paper, and I have a larger place to do my artwork. I also want a jiu-jitsu dummy and a mukjong or Wing Chun dummy, wooden dummy, which I used to have both of, but hope nobody ever has to go through a fire like I did. And Lucky's wanting to play, and if he had more space, he could play, and we could have a cat, because Lucky loves kitty cats, and we love kitty cats, don't we, Lucky? Gotcha. Oh, yeah. It's springtime, Daddy. I gotta play. So anyway, we just need a bigger place to live. It's not like living in San Antonio. You'd have plenty of options. Houston, you'd have plenty of options. Dallas, you'd have plenty of options. Fort Worth, you'd have plenty of options. Maybe Manchester, Nashua area, you'd have plenty of options. Maybe Concord would have plenty of options. And yes, it's pronounced Concord, not Concord, even though it's spelled Concord. But anyway, I don't really want to live in Berlin. They pronounce it Berlin, not Berlin, because of the prisons up there. They say the economy's not great, and they say there's even a smell in the air because you used to have all the factories up there, all the mills and stuff. And I just don't want to live in a city. I can't handle living in a city. You want to see me wind up going to the psychiatric unit again? Put me in a city and that'll happen. I guarantee it. I need the relative peace and quiet of the country. But we are actively looking. We're just seeing what we can find. And if we adopt this young lady, then it would be nice to have a separate room for her. It'd be nice to get a crib for her too, but that's not in the picture right now. So, anyway, so if anybody hears about something or knows about something or has ideas or suggestions, please let us know. We really need a bigger space. You know, I'd like to be able to have all the books together. Now, I like my cookbooks where I can get to them in the kitchen. But see, I'd like to set this ham radio up. But it's sitting where books should be. You know, and I mean, we're just kind of crammed in here, and we knew that it was this large when we moved in. I mean, we saw it. It's just, we're a couple of adults, and we've collected things over our lives, and you know, I mean, now the stuff that I have were basically the things my mother had because I lost everything in that fire. But you know, so we've collected things over our lifetimes, since it's both of us. But it'd really be nice to have another place to live, a bigger place. You know, and again, it's nothing against the landlord. I think the landlord's great. Like I said, I think he's one of the top 2 landlords that I've had. It's just we need more space. You know, I would prefer not to live so close to Vermont Yankee because I don't like living close to nuclear power plants. I like to live a bit further away. But we're on Keene Housing, so we need to stay within the Keene Housing Authority area. So, anyway, and to that other person, making a bunch of personal attacks, that doesn't prove anything. It proves what kind of person you are, but it doesn't prove any point. So, it doesn't make my points invalid. Sort of says to me that I'm making points that you can't destroy. Anyway, so we would like to find a bigger place. It'd be really nice to have a 2-bedroom. We know a couple in Keene that have a 2-bedroom. You know, and they have a really nice looking apartment, nice size. I like the layout of it. But anyway, so we'll see what we can do. You all have a great day. Bye.